Welcome to the podcast, Cans, Copy, and Mike. Visit with interesting and successful people with your host, Michael Schaefer. Maybe pick up a trick or two that helps you in your own life. At any rate, you'll be entertained and exposed to the brilliance of everyday Americans. It's been my pleasure to interview a few friends of mine in this podcast. Nothing like spreading the joy given to me by fun people. On this podcast, I'm visiting with my friend Scott Walker, the general manager of the State College Spikes, a very successful minor league baseball organization. I learned a lot about what Scott does every day, most of which has little to do with actual baseball. That part's been figured out. His job requires him to be a businessman, a master of ceremony, a TV personality, and most importantly, an all-around good guy, loved by all. Not an easy job. The game I attended was a big deal. The Spikes were giving away a Roman Bravo Young bobblehead. The All-American Penn State wrestler was there to throw out the first pitch, sign autographs, and speak to the thousands of fans attending the game against the Williamsport Crosscutters. Scott was juggling a lot of chainsaws putting the evening together. He made it look easy, only because he's truly the best at what he does. I've known you a lot of years, Scott, and I know you love sports. You love the community you live in. And you have a long history of managing sports and people. Explain what you do for the Spikes. What is your job here?
Sure. My title is President and General Manager. I've been the GM since January of 2015, which actually makes me the longest tenured GM in Spikes history. There's been three of us. My predecessors, Jason Dombach and Rick Janik, both tremendous guys. Love them both, learned a lot from both of them, and I was fortunate enough to take over from JD whenever things changed back then. But what I do is I run a business, really, is what I do. So everything that goes into running a business, from managing people to managing revenue and expenses and logistics of operating a minor league ball club, from travel to lodging to food. And
that's pretty tough for this
lot.
Division too, isn't it? Well, you got to find rooms for these kids when they come in, don't you?
Yeah, and the last couple years have been difficult with putting players with local families because of the pandemic. Even a couple years ago, we weren't allowed, so we had to foot the bill for all the guys to stay at the Ramada.
Yikes!
Yeah, and it's still not back. We're about half host families and half players staying at the hotel now, so we still aren't quite back to the model that we used to be under, which is a financial consideration we have to take into account.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
it's a business, isn't it?
It's a business.
You provide entertainment, but you got to get paid for it.
At the end of the day, it's a business, and I think a lot of people don't understand that.
Yes. Like
you know what
grumbling
I mean?
About ticket prices and stuff like that, and it's just, I've been here to quite a few baseball games, and it's just a lot of fun. I think you guys put on a great show. But tell me, if someone is interested in hosting one of these young men, how do they do that? They just call the ball club here?
They call Julie Henry directly. I'll give out her cell phone number right after this. Julie's been with us since day one, since '06, since the inception of the franchise. She heads up our host family program along with a bunch of other stuff. And, you know, if you're interested in doing it, just get a hold of any of us. Me, Joe Putnam, Julie, go on the website, Danny, Matty Neary, Robbie, any of us.
So Joe Putnam, yes. We're doing a podcast right now, and Scott said, I have to say hello to you. So you have to introduce yourself and tell us what you do here.
My name is Joe Putnam. I'm the Director of Communications for the State College Spikes, and I'm sure this is exactly the introduction Mr. Walker was anticipating.
Well, I have to pull the microphone away from your mouth because you have this huge voice. Because you're the voice of the PA system here, are you not?
Well, I'm the voice of the PA system here for Penn State baseball games. I'm also one of the radio voices for State College Spikes games. I've been working alongside Steve Jones for 14 years. Feels like 14 years, too. That's just a joke. I love Steve and love working here with the Spikes, love working with Penn State baseball, all the events here at the ballpark as well. There is never a dull moment, I think we can say, and tonight is going to be proof positive of that because we got a bobblehead giveaway, fireworks. We're welcoming Mifflin, Juniata County folks up here. So many things going on. Just another day at the State College Spikes.
For God's sake, you put a microphone in front of a guy that's used to being in front of a microphone. You can't get him to stop.
What do you expect?
Is he a company man or what?
Company man. Every day of his life. Have you listened to my voicemail greeting on my phone?
Is it him?
It's him.
Yep. Well, there you go. I have to get maybe one for mine, too. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you very much. Everybody have a spectacular day.
Well, we're not done with you yet.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
He does that. He just
Oh, he just goes.
comes alive, doesn't he?
He just goes. You don't have to say anything. When you live it, you live it.
Yep.
You know.
So all right.
Hey,
so
well, you got to say hello to Terry Michelle here real quick.
Uh-oh.
Here, I'll hold
Tell me
your-
about
here,
her.
I'll hold your bin. I'll carry the bin. We'll walk and you talk to her. Terry's our head usher. She's been so since
Season 1, 2006.
Since season 1, 2006.
Yeah. I've been here almost every game. I probably work 30, 35 games a season. So, but seen a lot, done a lot. Been through 3 managers, lots of players, hosted coaches for a while.
What's it like working for Scotty Walker?
He's great. He's very flexible. He lets me do my thing, run it by him. He says, Terry, whatever you want to do is fine with me.
That sounds like the perfect boss, but I know he's standing right here, so are you just covering up some things?
No, Scott's great to work for. He's got great ideas. He's got a great passion for baseball, got great passion for the Spikes, and I've enjoyed working with him all these years.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We'll see you later on tonight.
All right, thank you. Go Spikes.
Putnam, did you get good picture of these lines? Did Reagan get good pictures of the lines?
Reagan just got here because he was at another event.
Is he able to come out and get them
He's
quick?
right there. Reagan!
Can you take me and Lucky the Lion and get a picture of Lucky holding and me holding a bobblehead with a lion in the background?
About to get that. We're going to do it for Instagram too.
Perfect.
We're going to do it.
Lucky, can you come with us real quick?
Lucky the Lion holding the bobblehead with Scott.
Oh my. Look at the line.
Oh, the line.
Shape, look at the line.
Look at the line out
And
there.
over there too.
Oh my gosh. RBY.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Heck of a magnet.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Doing all right? You're first in line. What time did you get here? 2:30. 2:30, and you were the first in line? That's good.
You got here at 2:30. Yeah. So how many games do you normally see during the year?
1 or 2
1 or 2. Why did you come tonight?
for the bobblehead tonight.
The bobblehead.
Yep.
What about you, sir?
About 3 or 4, but same thing, the bobblehead tonight.
The bobblehead.
Yes.
Want the bobblehead. Good. And you guys come to a lot of games?
This is our second game, bobbleheads.
So this is a bobblehead night, obviously.
It sure is.
We all have fun. This is what now?
For the bobblehead.
What, say that again?
Huh? What'd you say? I said I'm different than him. I was here for 3 games, but it's still for the bobblehead.
And you got the Mill Rats on your hats. Is that a Johnstown team?
Yeah, well, we go here once a year, or a couple times a year for the Mill Rats. But,
You should have your Spikes hat on.
I did, but this is cooler because of the netting in the back. That's why I'm wearing it.
Because you're a hothead. Okay, good go. Thanks, guys. So you just walked Lucky the Lion over here. Is it? It's pretty difficult to wear that costume, isn't it? It's hard to see. Do you have people pretty much escorting him around?
Yes, we do. My days of donning the mascot outfits are over.
You wore the mascot outfit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Back from my days at the Altoona Curve, I walked a 5K in steamer.
Oh my gosh.
2007. I think I was coming off of my intern year, and I walked a 5K in steamer.
So you got to do everything.
It was the worst I've ever smelled in my life. Yeah, it was ridiculous. But you're not going to give up on a 5K to benefit raising money to fight leukemia. So,
There you go. There you go. You
right?
might have actually got leukemia after you're in that suit all day for walking this thing.
I got something.
So
It wasn't clean.
So look at that. Look at that crowd. This for what you do every day. This must be awesome to see this many people.
Yeah, this is great. This is why we do what we do. And, you know, the advent of the NIL, name, image, and likeness landscape in college sports has presented an opportunity for us to be able to partner with current athletes.
Huh.
So you think about RBY, you know, we've done bobbleheads in the past of Trace McSorley, Jesse James, you know, former athletes, but now we're able to do them while they're
With
still...
current athletes.
And we paid them. We paid them a few bucks to be here and let us do it. But it makes sense for him, it makes sense for us, it makes sense for the university. It's just a great thing to partner.
Well, I talked to 5 or 6 people in line. Every single one of them wants a bobblehead.
I
But
don't think they'd be in line if they didn't, right?
Well, they've been to games before, though. So
Oh,
this
yeah.
isn't the first one, but yeah, they really want the bobblehead.
That's good. He better get here soon. He's supposed to be here. His ETA is in 5 minutes. He was supposed to be here 16 minutes ago.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. That's all right. That's why I told him to be here a little earlier than I actually needed him to be here. So it's
Well,
all
he's going to
good.
be, all these people here, if he walks through this crowd, he might not make it to the gate.
Well, we're
He'll
going to meet
have
him
to wrestle his way
downstairs.
in.
Let's make our way that way, actually.
All right,
I'll
good to
see you
go.
guys in there. I'll see you in there. I think you're okay to get a bobblehead. I think you're gonna be all right.
They got here at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
2 or
Oh
2:30,
my
wasn't it?
gosh. And how many bobbleheads do you have?
We give away to the first 1,000 fans through the gates. We have a little bit of surplus that we keep for reserve for different things. Like part of the deal with RBY was to get him a handful, actually quite a few handfuls of bobbleheads.
That's cool.
So then we donate a bunch of things to charity in the off season, so we like to stock up on that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna say hi to these folks real quick. Hey guys, thanks for being here. Yeah. Appreciate it. You guys were down in Williamsport before? I'm Scott.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
Rachel, you must have been the one that called.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Yes, that was
and then
me.
you hooked up with Kyler. I'm Scott.
I did.
I think you
Kyler
talked
has
to
been
Kyler.
fantastic. He's been so great.
He is
Yeah.
wonderful. I love him. I wish he was sticking around, but he's leaving.
Oh, that's a shame.
What is this, Scott? How are these people in
This
here?
is Kavita lemonade and
We are a sparkling lemonade. We're gluten-free, dairy-free, caffeine-free, 6 grams of sugar. It is sparkling. It's a great alternative to soda. Full of probiotics.
Well, that's a heck of a spiel when people are coming through pretty quick with their bobbleheads. Good luck with that.
Hey, we've got it.
Welcome
down
here.
pat.
well, they have free lemonade, so I think they'll be all right.
That's it.
They're going to be fun.
Exactly.
They'll be
Good to
fun.
go.
Have a good time tonight.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you being here. Thank you. Yep.
Thanks so
Nice to
much,
meet you guys. Thank you.
So people these companies call you and ask for booth space? Is that how that works? Or do you solicit that?
Well, I wish that's how it worked. Usually we're the ones soliciting, but they reached out to us. They were down in Williamsport. I think our good friends Doug Estes and Gabe Sinacropi down in Williamsport, I think, pointed in our direction. So.
Roman Bravo Young, or RBY, showed up in the parking lot shirtless and displaying his All-American physique. Scott promised him a Spikes t-shirt with his name on it, and by God, RBY was going to wear it into the stadium. We escorted him into the building, through the Spikes locker room, and finally to his suite. He was actually quite talkative.
What's up, fellas?
I don't have a shirt on.
Uh-oh.
I'm waiting for the shirt they give me.
All right, you need it now?
I was just going to wear it the whole time, right?
Yep.
Is that what you want?
It's a nice Spike shirt with your name on the back and shit. What's up, boys?
How you doing?
I'm Scott.
Justin, nice to meet you.
Justin, too.
Wait, what?
Justin.
Two Justins don't make it right. WY.
Easy. There's a lot of
Thanks for
people
being
out
here.
there. I got a lot of people coming. I'm like, even all these old people are like, see you Saturday. I'm like, ah.
You okay just going up to my suite and we'll get you the one there? You got a full house in your suite coming?
Probably like 10 or 11.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good enough.
I got you in suite 502.
Okay. Yeah, whatever works.
And I got some food and drinks lined up for you.
The NIL, or Name, Image, Likeness program, has provided a new and exciting opportunity not only for the athletes, but for organizations like the Spikes. Prior to its enactment, Scott could only get college athletes for appearances after they graduated. This was difficult and expensive, and it left out some very popular athletes, like RBY. He was an incredible draw for this evening.
Basically, we're going to hang out, do a little meet and greet now, and then a quick interview pregame on the field, and then a quick activity, something fun, sign autographs, and then hang out. What are you nervous about? You're good. Sorry, Coach. Sorry to interrupt. What's up, fellas?
So, O count, dead red fastball, sit on it. You might get a change up, but if you get one, take it, lay off. But if we get our fastballs early, we're hacking. All right.
We just snuck past the team meeting real quick pregame. So.
Yeah, see the team's meeting here.
Yeah, very serious stuff. Very serious.
They look pretty laid back, though.
They're doing all right. Well, it's the second half of the year. We're 8 games in 9 days, and then that's it for the season. So.
We're kind of laid back here and going over pregame.
This is great, man. I have a check for you on my desk, too, by the way. So thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. Appreciate it, man. It's been a good good partnership, buddy. Appreciate it.
It's good.
Yep.
How many of these have you done with NIL?
Nothing like this.
This is the first one?
Baseball, yeah.
This is good for you, isn't it?
Different exposure, yeah. Good for them. Get people in the seats.
We're going up
There you
one.
go.
We're going up one more. Yep. You can come up with us. Yep.
That's a very good point.
Well, you've done a bunch of other NIL stuff though, like autograph signings and meetings.
Yeah, I've done a couple.
Stuff.
Yeah, I got a big one coming up in Lehigh Valley next month that we're doing.
Did that have anything to do with you wanting to stay one more year, this NIL stuff?
Some, not really. I mean, I'm wrestling every day, so it's my why not? But yeah, this is now you can get a little bit of money on the side that you didn't have, so it's nice.
I think it's a good thing.
Absolutely.
More motivating.
People from all over the country attend Spikes games. The main reason is because they like baseball. Another one is that Scott makes the experience so much fun. So talking to one of the guests here at the ball game, who are you and what are you doing here?
My name is Steve Dersham. I'm one of the county commissioners here in Center County.
And you're a good friend of Scott's, right?
Yep, he's a great guy. Matter of fact, we were in the Real Men Wear Pink fundraising campaign a couple of years ago. So, yeah, he's been very active in the community doing all sorts of amazing things for everyone and making sure that Center County is in good shape.
Well, I think it was a natural, too, because of the pink underwear he wears. And that's pretty well-known, bloomers and things, right?
All I saw was the T-shirt, so you're going to have to take it from there.
You don't have to lie.
Thank you. Support for Major League Baseball is important to minor league teams. Sometimes it's a tenuous relationship. The situation with minor league baseball now, did the MLB kind of divorce themselves from this level of play? Like last or 2 years ago, you were with the Cardinals. I know you've been with the Pirates. That's a struggle, isn't it?
Well, you know, so much of Major League Baseball today is driven by analytics.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they determined that they could get the same quality of players they needed, the amount of quality players they needed from fewer prospects.
So they just go to the colleges and not as much on the developed leagues?
Well, from a minor league standpoint, they basically reduced the landscape by 42 teams.
My gosh.
Which, if you're in their shoes, you know, I can understand why they did what they did from one aspect. I can also see a different perspective in terms of grassroots marketing and families and kids getting their first experience at a minor league club in their own hometown that has been taken away from some communities. But I understand it. And I wouldn't be surprised, though, Shafe, if we're not affiliated in a few years. Good things are on the horizon for the ballpark, and we'll be well equipped and ready to step in if a new major league club needs a home here in a couple of years.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Pennsylvania put a lot of money up for this field, this beautiful field you have for Medgar Field? And I think part of that was with the understanding that Major League Baseball would have a presence here. Didn't they kind of ensure the state of Pennsylvania that would happen?
Yes, and it's
reneged?
still no, it's still there. No, we're in the Major League Baseball Draft League.
Okay.
Right, so nothing has really changed in that sense. So it was a significant investment by our ownership group, by Penn State University, and by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to make this place happen. And again, it's happening again to ensure that we have a chance to survive again from a PDL standpoint. To have a direct affiliation with the Major League Club Draft League is great. It's wonderful.
Well, these kids have a chance of going upstairs then.
Yeah, we had 10 guys drafted or signed this year.
Awesome. And when I look around, I've gone to baseball games in 3 or 4 different states at this level, and I've never seen a stadium of this quality at any of those places.
It's beautiful, and it's only about to get more beautiful over the next couple of years based on what's planned. So.
Well, just sitting in the seat, you watch a great game. Mountain Indians right over there. It's a beautiful sunny night. And
have you ever seen the moon rise over Mount Nittany?
Yes, I have. And the fireworks that you have over here.
Can you beat it?
It's amazing. I don't know if there's a better venue.
Can't beat it.
At this level, at any level, what the heck? And it's an intimate park. And you've got you got to buy a ticket for the front row. You can buy a ticket in the cheap seats out there and have a good time. You got great beer. Tell me about the beer you have here.
I'd love to tell you about the beer.
Craft brew beer.
I took over the reins of the beer operation here about 10, 15 years ago, and I made it a point to make sure we had the best place to go for beer at a ballpark around here, and we do. We have 74 total taps on draft.
74, and
74.
You need that many to get the job done.
Depends who you ask.
Well, there you go.
Depends who you ask. But yeah, 74 draft taps. There's some wine on tap too, a bunch of craft brew. If you like beer and you like to have a good time, I mean, this is the place on a warm summer night in Center County.
Well, plus you draw from, I guess, all the area breweries and wineries. There are quite a few in this area.
There's a lot of good people. All the folks on the Central PA Tasting Trail are tremendous. You got Seven Mountains Winery, who's our official wine partner. You go to Otto's, you go to Happy Valley Brewing. I mean, look, go down the list. There's so many good people that make good stuff.
Yeah, it's great. And to sit on your butt out here and have a drink and watch a baseball game, sports.
You sit?
Well,
you sit at the ballpark?
Well, I get in the front. That way I don't have to look over somebody.
Fair enough.
But I see a lot of people sitting out there right now.
Yeah, we should have a good night. Weather's perfect. Great promotion with RBY appearance and bobblehead.
Absolutely.
Fireworks after the ball game. We're gonna have a good night. It is last Saturday night of the Grange Fair across the mountain.
Well, one of the things that I've always liked about minor league baseball is what happens between the innings. You've got a lot of shenanigans going on there. How were those planned? What's that one team, the Bananas or something, that does the craziest things?
The Savannah Bananas.
Savannah Bananas.
They do an awesome job.
They do.
Jesse Cole, who started the Savannah Bananas, bought the ballpark down in Alabama, about 7 or 8 years ago. Doing a great job. They are the Harlem.
Yeah, I've heard that.
They are the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. We have to play real baseball.
Well, there you go. Well,
we got to play real baseball. But we don't have guys on stilts. We don't set. We do set guys on fire and shoot them out of cannons, but not during the game.
Well, absolutely, you should have to do that.
That's what we do.
But some of these things, I laugh out loud when I see these people dressed in these costumes and running around hitting each other and falling on the ground, and the audience, fans really get into it.
It's tremendous. What they do is tremendous. They're able to do it during the game. They're able to weave in their creativity into the actual game of baseball. Like, for instance, a foul ball caught by a fan is an out.
It is.
We can't do that here.
Oh, yeah, that's Savannah Bananas.
It's fantastic, but we can't do that here.
Yeah.
We have to play the real game of baseball, and then we can...
Otherwise, you would.
Oh, jeez, we'd probably do a lot worse.
Oh, yeah, this could be.
But hey, I love the game of baseball, and that's what it's about. Coming to the baseball stadium to watch a wholehearted game of American baseball. And then we have fun between the innings. We have fun pregame, postgame. Like tonight, we have RBY here tonight, national champion wrestler for Penn State, giving away his bobblehead and his likeness.
Always
something.
But on top of that, Scott, you've got guys on that mound. They're throwing the ball 94 miles an hour. You've got guys hitting home runs over a fence that's way out there. You got great plays at shortstop. So these are really good athletes.
These are good prospects, and you know what? You might see some guy that goes higher in the draft in this league than you would have seen with the Cardinals or Pirates in the past, because they're both great organizations. But we would get we would be the starting point for those guys.
Yes.
So they might not have been the highest drafted guys. It was kind of starting out. But these guys haven't been drafted yet or signed yet. So you could see a guy that's a third-round prospect play here and then go get drafted or signed and then go on to any club right now. So.
And the coaching, too. These guys everybody here is looking for a job, right?
They are. Delwyn Young was our manager last year. He got hired by a big league club. Dave Tremblay is our manager this year. He's a former manager of the Baltimore Orioles. He actually told me a story about how he coached the final game in old Yankee Stadium. He was the manager of the Orioles that year. It was probably when did Yankee Stadium close? 07, 08?
It's around that time.
Somewhere in that neighborhood,
I'm not a big Yankee fan, but I got
no, me
friends
either.
that bleed it.
I'm not a Yankee fan. I'm a blatant.
There you go. Are you Mets or you know New York teams?
Neither.
Or do you have a fan? Do you have
I root for the St. Louis Cardinals because I respect their organization and all the people involved.
I saw a game there one time years ago, and I could not believe the fan experience. And I cannot believe that it was probably 45,000 people or something in the stands. And it was just a regular game in the middle of the summer. It was hot. It was 98 degrees or something. And all those people showed up. That's a great place to watch a ball game.
I think there's a reason that the Cardinal way is a thing. Here, talk to Chef Jimmy.
Chef Jimmy?
I didn't do it.
Well, you look like you did it. You look guilty.
I didn't do it. Yeah. That's the first thing I say.
All right, what do you cook here? What is your responsibility?
I cook all the food for the entire stadium.
The entire stadium? You're a busy man.
Stadium. Oh, yes, I am, but I have good help behind me and everything. So it's a fun job. I enjoy it, but I can't wait till the end of the season because I'm tired.
Well, what's it like working for Scotty?
Couldn't ask for a better boss.
Are you telling the truth? I know he's standing right over there. You're telling the truth, huh?
I can leave the room if you want.
Couldn't ask for a better boss.
Except he eats all your food before it's ready.
No, he gets good meals up here. I try to take care of him, and it's special sweets. I'd ask for special orders and everything like that. But other than that, I've enjoyed my time up here and see what happens next year when I come back.
Well, he's got a handle in his hand, and he's filling up. Looks like he's making a Moscow Mule or something, or a Kentucky Mule.
No, for you? That's for me. Every time I come up here or go next door, I get it.
So this is therapy for you?
It's therapy, and it's keep me calm in the kitchen working with all those little kids.
Well, thanks, Chef. Have a good game. Oh, you got a toast here, too. I only see 2 glasses, but yeah, that's okay. I'm kind of working anyway. So where are we headed now?
We're going to talk, as long as Dan and Shannon Schleiden are in here, we're going to talk to them real quick.
Okay.
They're great.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, fuckers.
Hi, you son of a bitch.
Okay, so
that,
I see why you wanted to meet with these folks.
Is that okay in the podcast?
This is an R-rated conversation. I see we're having here. Do I want a shot? Actually, in the other room I couldn't get a shot. Now I'm being offered one over here.
That's not true.
No. He would always. He offered me a beer too. How do you guys know Scott?
In jail.
In jail and in bars. No. Where were you first, in the bar or the jail?
We met him in an unfortunate incident. We're hanging out at Quaker Steak, minding our own business, trying to decide what to do, get a football suite or a baseball suite or hockey, and he politely guided us into the correct.
A nice way to put it.
Correct decision, and we've loved it ever since. It's been amazing.
We're never going back.
I don't think there was a lot of convincing involved there. I mean, I met him at Quaker Steak and Lube, our good friend Jeff Powers, GM there, on Black Friday it was.
I think it was Black Friday.
Yeah, there was no sale that day, though.
No, there was no sale. Well,
a
sale was made.
Yeah.
Sale was made.
Yeah.
They were out Black Friday shopping.
And
then we sat next
at
to
the
the
bar,
serendipitously.
And someone told us who you were and what you do, and we knew who he was, but we didn't know what his what he does for a living. Because we started talking about suites for hockey, and someone said, "Oh."
You get a much better deal over here. It is. It is. I hate to let him be right on anything, but it's more fun. This is way more fun.
I just think a lot of his job is to schmooze.
Yeah.
And that is, he's very gifted at that, and he made a sale.
To think of it, he didn't even buy us a drink that night. We handed him an $18,000 check, and the bastard didn't even give us a beer.
I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you.
Is this podcast censored?
Wait, I'll have to get the beeper in there.
I mean, I don't care.
But
Good story.
Right. He's taken very good care of us since.
We got mascots being made. Hopefully they'll be able to play along and have some fun out there.
We were just talking about mascots and how much fun. In fact, he used to be dressed in the mascot outfit for the Curve. Did you know that?
There's our mascots.
Being a broadcaster myself, I had to visit the broadcast booth. I met the team up there. Actually, all of them are friends of mine. Jeff Byers, Steve Jones, and another visit with Joe Putnam. Since it was RBY night, I started off with a quick soundbite from Mr. Byers, the voice of Penn State wrestling.
Gentlemen,
this guy is.
Say
look at
hello.
this guy. How you doing, big guy?
Hello.
I am good. How are you?
Now, what are you doing here?
I never know exactly what I'm doing. I'm having fun is what I'm doing here.
And you're here with your buddy?
Michael, how are you? Great to be with you, and one of the greatest places in the planet to be. I would never think of spending a summer anyplace else but here.
You know, I can tell whenever he's around, everybody is really generous about what a great place this is.
No, it's not about
guess what? He could leave. I tell you the same thing.
It is a great place. We've been talking about. I'm doing a podcast with Scott about what it's like to manage a minor league team, and it's interesting.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because there's a lot of moving parts to it. In all seriousness, and when you're doing everything that he has to do, it can be a juggling act at times. And it's been brilliant the way he's been able to do it, because you got to be able to worry about attendance, worry about weather, worry about tickets, worry about personnel. There's just a lot of layers to this. Then they make it work to the tune of 100,000 plus fans every year. And between now and Tuesday, we'll get to the 100,000 mark this season. And it's because of the work he does, the staff he assembles like Joe and Julie Henry and a list of other people. I mean, certain people I'll leave out because they should be left out. But I mean, it's like Dan Petrozola and guys like that. Jeff
Byers too.
Jeff Byers is critical too to what we do. But but seriously, I mean, this is the definition of an organization. That is also the definition of a family.
Well, he makes it look easy too, doesn't he?
He does, but believe me, every day it's a juggling act to make sure it looks this easy.
Awesome. And so you guys work as a team. Who gets the microphone for the most time?
Well, he and Joe do the broadcast, and I'm doing PA tonight because it's Roman Bravo Young bobblehead night. So, yep, having a lot of fun. And anybody can learn to juggle. What Scott Walker does, though, is juggle with chainsaws. Not everybody can do that.
Personalities and people. So you are here because Roman Bravo Young is here. What's your connection with the with wrestling, Penn State wrestling?
Yeah, for some reason, Scott thought it would be a good idea to have me up here. I'm just the world's biggest Penn State wrestling fan, and they throw a mic in front of me for the wrestling meets and put it out over the radio, and I'm very fortunate to have that opportunity and looking forward to a fun night tonight, that's for sure.
But everybody down there sitting in that seat is going to hear your voice and know exactly who you are and what you do.
I think a good number of the people here that are wrestling fans will indeed know that, and looking forward to just having a lot of fun and bringing a little bit of the wrestling flavor to the baseball park here tonight.
And now we're going to have a heck of a year coming up, aren't we?
I think it's going to be a pretty decent team. I don't think they're going to lose a whole lot of matches this year.
I don't think I've ever heard Penn State having a decent team. It's always been pretty well north of that.
Yeah, since Cale's been here, they seem to have a knack of not underperforming, I'll say that.
Well, good luck. Can't wait to hear you again this winter.
Thank you. It is great to see you.
Where's Julie now? She's walking behind.
Are you doing? Hey, are you doing RBY pregame? Yep.
So this is the broadcast booth.
Yes, sir.
Looks like the best seat in the house, obviously.
Depends who you ask. I like 514.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's your booth.
But Joe Putnam has the privilege of this vantage point pretty much every day during the year.
Pretty much.
I understand you almost lost him one year though. Wasn't somebody else looking at him very closely?
Well, I would say probably everybody's looking at Joe Putnam closely every year if that's the case. But we are incredibly fortunate to have a veteran like Joe Putnam. It's been here since 2008. And my goodness, it makes my life easier because I can just rely on him no matter what to get the job done.
I didn't think his head could get any bigger, but you know what? He looks like one of your mascots now.
Well, there is also a fair amount of occasions where you get down on the field in the name of entertaining the populace, and I've gone down there, battled the late great Bob the baseball dog in competitions on the field, Mr. Walker, really just flop around on the field a little bit and hopefully get some laughs and let everybody have a good time at the ballpark, and it allows me to live out my dreams of being a pro wrestling heel manager. So.
Well, that was my question. How much fun is it to do what you do?
Oh my gosh, I really can't even describe how much fun I've had over 14 years. Every night is just something. We always have the philosophy, it's somebody's first time at the ballpark. So if you're not having fun, then they're going to come away with a poor experience. We do not want that at all. And so I know I'm going to do everything in my power. And sometimes that power is just getting out on the field and flopping around, but we're going to do everything we can do to make it a memorable experience, make them want to come back. But it's a privilege and a pleasure to be able to describe this experience for everybody too, on radio, on video now with the streams that are available. There's going to be maybe 5,000 people.
Well, I see RBY down there right now.
Oh, yeah.
And Steve jumped down there, too.
Yeah, they're about to go on to the pregame show. Usually I'd be down there with Steve, but Jeff Byers has those duties here this evening because, of course, it is wrestling night here at the ballpark. But, you look out and basically we're putting smiles on people's faces to see them enjoying themselves. That's really what we do this for. It makes it all worthwhile, and to be able to have that, to be able to see the great players that I've been able to see over the 14 years now, 68 major leaguers have come through State College onto the big leagues, and there's many more to come. It's just been fantastic, and can't wait for more.
Well, tell me, Joe, how important is it to have someone of Scott's ability as general manager, president of this organization?
Scott Walker, to me, is he's the guy that makes this whole thing go. He's been the linchpin, and it all starts with him. The fun, the tone of the day, starts with Scott, and he makes it a great place for us to work every day. And it really doesn't feel like work a lot of times. We're out here having fun with all these people, just enjoying themselves, and we're able to not only put smiles on the face of people here, but make a difference in people's lives. I mean, tomorrow we're going to be wearing hockey jerseys that are going up for bids to benefit Children's Miracle Network, Geisinger Janet Weiss Children's Hospital, and to make a difference there and be a meeting place for our community. That starts with Scott. He is so enmeshed in this Happy Valley community. He's so proud to be part of it. I'm proud that I grew up in Bellefonte as well.
So did Scott, didn't he?
Yes, we went to Bellefonte High School together. Scott's a year ahead of me. He often points out how we were in the same classes sometimes, and he'd just pepper me with World Series, random World Series, and I'd tell him the answer, and he knew then.
So you were brothers from a different mother.
Exactly. It's just been a pleasure to be alongside Scott, and looking forward to working with him much more. But it's definitely a memorable 2022 season, and I don't think that, with the Spikes coming back, I don't think we could have accomplished what we've accomplished over the last 7 years, especially over the last 3, coming back off the tough times we had during the pandemic, all of us, without Scott.
Well, thank you, buddy. This is great for you to spend a couple minutes with me. Praise your boss, who's standing 3 feet away from me.
I would, like Steve said earlier, I would say these things even if he weren't in the room. But,
yeah, I've heard you say some other things too, though, but we'll be all right.
And that's okay too.
Yes. Well, we'll talk about the Mr. Belfont title and exactly.
Yeah, you mean the one I've held for the last 10 years?
The means of capturing said title, but
we can talk about tonight. I drew your face with blackout all night.
Yes, you did. Well, you had help with that.
That was your 25th.
Yes.
Birthday.
Yes.
I imagine you were prone at the time.
I think that'd be accurate to say. I myself have no memory of the situation, but
no, he does not, and you can tell in the video.
Yes.
He does not.
So there's also video evidence. Well, thank you so much, Joe Putnam. The Crosscutters and the Spikes are competitors on the field, but the baseball management folks are kindred spirits. Jayhawk is a gear turner from the Williamsport team, and a good source to highlight why the Spikes are so successful. Jayhawk. How did you get that name, buddy?
It's a combination of my first and last name, Justin Hawkins, and it goes back to when I played baseball in college, and I shortened it down to Jayhawk.
You played baseball in college? Where?
Clarendon University.
Played at Clarendon. How'd you do?
Not well. I played 1 year.
Not well. Okay, well, you're honest, aren't you? And what do you do here for Scott?
For Scott, so with Williamsport being here tonight, Williamsport and State College always has had a great relationship. So with all the kids going back to college, we were shorthanded last night for our game down in Williamsport, and a couple of the Spike staff came down and helped us out last night. I knew they were shorthanded here tonight, so I brought myself and my intern up to make sure the Spikes were able, even with the staff going back to school, they're still able to put on the same kind of show that the Spikes fans and even the Cutters fans that make the trip up expect to see here at Medler.
Well, I saw you dressed in red. I just assumed you were Spike. Now I see all over you, Williamsport Crosscutters, everything there. Well, welcome to State College.
Thank you. This is one of my favorite places to come, and it's a great environment here at State College. I mean, that goes back a lot to Scott's leadership, because it starts with him. But this is, like Joe was saying, like Steve was saying, it's one big family here at the Spikes, but that extends to now the whole MLB Draft League. And this is something we both love, is that Williamsport and State College, with the way we exist, we always seem to benefit each other. And you can see that in the fans. You look down, yeah, you see plenty of Spike stuff around the stadium, but you see plenty of Crosscutters fans here as well. And it's big for me coming up here, helping out, making sure not just the Spikes are able to put on a quality show they want, but that fans from Williamsport that come up get the same great quality experience that they get at our ballpark as well.
Awesome. Thank you. So then, Scotty, down the field, we're RB-wise on the field now with Steve and Jeff. What's going on down there?
We just did a pregame interview with Steve Jones, Jeff Byers. Steve Jones is the voice of Penn State football. Jeff Byers, the voice of Penn State wrestling. RBY, back-to-back national champion wrestler, whom we're doing a bobblehead and appearance night tonight in his likeness.
This is awesome. Yeah.
He's down there talking to two of Penn State legends, and he's one of those himself. And
that's why people come here.
These are the kinds of things we're able to do. Shafe, do you want to go visit a couple more people?
Yeah,
this ain't gonna make the podcast, is it?
Are you doing a podcast now?
We're doing podcast.
My name is Alex, and I like to think I bring a positive attitude.
But you hang out with him. How does that work?
My time with Scott's what keeps me positive.
Are you positive of that?
Pretty positive.
So, are you a local guy here?
Yeah.
What do you like about the Spikes?
It's a great local ball game.
It's a great local, and you think this guy does a pretty good job managing this team?
Scott Walker is the Spikes.
Well, he was going to
he is.
Yeah.
Give me that baby.
The Spikes are Scott Walker.
Give me that baby.
That's all I needed. You seem to spend a lot of time in places where you can eat.
I barely eat, as a matter of fact.
So
I go everywhere where there's food, and I just make sure the food's okay, but I never eat. I honestly, I go home at night, and it's like midnight, and I'm like, oh my God,
really
I didn't eat. Yep. But you interviewed this guy, right?
Yes. You said you were very special.
I said Scott Walker is
Special?
The Spikes, and the Spikes are
What
Scott
did he
Walker.
mean by special?
Something about a bus. You know, Scott didn't seem to want to be the guy being interviewed for the Scott Walker podcast. He kept pushing me off to others to tell the story. The comments were supportive for his work as GM, but sometimes suspicious of other social dynamics.
3 people today texted me and said, stay out of Scott's suite before coming here.
It's not the first time I've heard that.
So it looks like I'm doing my job.
You are.
I think it's time for us to go.
You're going to get the same reception no matter where you go. That's the problem.
We'll be back.
See you, folks. Thank you.
You guys good?
We just keep checking all the different suites.
Everybody having a good time? Yeah. Good.
So this is a lot of your gig, is you got to run around and make sure things are running well.
I have
and
to
people
do what
are
I
fed
gotta
and,
do.
Well, yeah, you got to make sure the people in the suites are doing well. And you know the people in the stands are, because they're down there. They got access to food and drink.
Yeah, we have
good ball game.
We have a great staff, and a big part of my job is to make sure everybody upstairs is doing well up in the suite. So I take the bull by the horns there, and luckily I'm fortunate to have a great bunch of folks that can handle everything else downstairs.
Who better to tell the Scott Walker story, besides Scott Walker, than the guy who raised Scott Walker? This is your father.
This is my dad.
Interesting. He's standing by a bar with a drink in his hand, so you must be Scott's father.
Yes, no doubt. Can I say I was his best teacher or worst teacher?
Well, it depends. He's done well. He's done well in life.
Oh, he's done well. Yeah, he's not a quitter.
So what do you attribute all of his success to? Is it you, or is it something else?
It might have been his upbringing. How's that?
What's
I said
that?
it might have been your upbringing, huh?
I think you did all right.
You did all right. Yes.
And you're Bellefonte folks too.
Yes. Pleasant Gap.
But
My whole
Bellefonte
life.
High School and
Bellefonte High School. Correct. Yes.
What year did you graduate, Dad?
72.
So you were here. Oh my gosh! So you're also a Bellefontaine from back in the days with
Yep. Still
high
love the
school.
Bellefonte Red Raiders and ain't changing the name.
Is that you think that's going to happen or not?
No
I
comment.
No comment. I doubt. Who knows?
I see the signs in the yards. Keep the
Yep,
Red Raiders.
Keep the
and-
Red Raiders.
and I
That's
think
correct.
That should be
You can't change everything, right?
makes sense.
Okay.
So you're out here by yourself. The game's over there. and the suites are over there.
I needed some Pepsi.
Well, the game is on the TV there in his
Yeah,
defense.
I can see the game, but I needed some Pepsi.
So I think that's a good idea that Scott had. You can have libations right here, and the monitor's right there with the game on it. So you can pretty much go anywhere, even the bathroom.
Yep.
You can go to the bathroom, do your business, and the game's on in there.
Yes.
How'd you notice that?
Because I've been in the games and I had to go to the bathroom. Yes, I did.
Yes.
Now, is this something? This is something you taught him?
Do I have to call him in?
No.
He taught me everything.
So you have bathroom or televisions in your bathrooms at home, and he knows what.
In the garage. In the garage, he knows
Oh.
where to find a refrigerator.
Where did he get his passion?
Which one?
Which one?
Oh, there you go. But where did he get his passion for baseball?
Since he was a kid. He always throwing the ball against the wall. From when he was a little kid. I mean, way back.
Are you a big baseball guy yourself too?
No, not me. No, I wasn't into sports. I was into cars. And he does like cars. He wants to borrow mine occasionally.
I've been trying to get him to paint mine for about 6-7 months now.
Yeah.
Paint it. So what do you do for a living?
I retired. I'm a little slow though.
And you're doing that well.
Yeah. Yes. That's one thing I have mastered.
I see you.
Ask my wife. She'll say, "What are you going to do today?" I said, "I'll let you know."
Well, you kind of got this figured out here. So you stand there, you got your drink and the monitor, and lots of wine and baseballs, and the bathroom's right over there. You're good to go.
Pepsi though. I came for Pepsi. That's all it was.
I'm not sure if I believe that, but okay.
Give me a shot.
Yes. No, it's all good. Yep. He is a hoot. He's done well.
2 of them, Daryl.
Oh my, huh?
Well, I can tell you that absolutely everybody I've talked to have said that the reasons things run so smoothly here and are so much fun is because of your son.
There is no doubt. I mean, he is the Spikes. If you stop and think about it, he's been here 11 years or whatever it is, and 15 in baseball because he went to the Curve first. Come down here and did his internship, and he came here.
Well, he's also deeply involved with Coaches versus Cancer, as am I, and we have 3 chairpersons. And he's a great leader, and he's great out in public. He knows how to talk.
He does. I mean, it's just amazing. You watch him on TV. Watch him. He can talk. Somebody told me, he said he should be a politician.
Oh, geez. But if all the coaches versus cancer stuff, I've shot, so I've worked with him on location as well. So yeah, he's a real pro.
He does. He does very well. Yeah, very proud of him. Mom and I both.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
You got it. Thank you.
Scott sometimes has a unique way to introduce his closest friends.
Well, that's a heck of a way to introduce somebody. Interview this asshole. You realize I got like 15 or 20 interviews. I can't put all these on the podcast. I'm going to be editing my side off.
You want to keep moving?
Yeah, sure.
Wait.
I don't normally do shots when I do podcasts, but
yeah, well,
it seems to be working out.
Welcome.
We'll have to adapt, overcome.
Welcome.
What is that? Apple something? Apple cinnamon?
That was Fireball.
Oh, Fireball. Oh,
my
yeah,
man.
you're a friend.
You guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
I know that guy. Works out of my
Fuck
gym.
him. Here, fuck him. He's not getting away. No, get back here.
Doing a
It's gonna be.
podcast.
It's harmless. It's harmless. All you have to do is answer 2 questions. Shut up. It's a podcast. It's not even on video. Come here. Come here. Ask Darwin whatever you want to ask.
Darwin, what do you bring to the table here tonight?
What do I bring to the table here tonight? Yes. I didn't bring anything to the table tonight. They brought the food. I'm just eating it.
Well, how do you know Scott, and why are you such close friends?
Who said we were friends?
That's a long pause.
Who said we were friends?
Well,
I'll walk away.
No.
How do you like Spikes baseball?
It's the environment, it's the view, and it's the people.
So tell me a story about Scott.
Oh, you don't want to hear those stories?
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. Well, I grew up with his son. So, or his
I
wife's
don't
son,
have any
sorry.
good stories about you.
They're all bad stories?
Well, that's exactly right.
Well, how come I see other people standing around us that are laughing too? So you're well known in this area, aren't you?
I'd hope so. I fucking work here. I mean, every day. I'd be wrong if nobody knew me.
This podcast is going to be Bleep City.
yeah, I think.
So when you come to work, you actually come to work and play. That was another question I was going to have. There's a
Oh
lot of
my
work
God,
involved,
yeah.
but you have to.
Yeah, look, everybody sees me as the fun guy, but nobody sees what I do behind the scenes every day of the week.
Maybe that's a good thing, some of it, but to make this work, it takes a lot of work.
I run a business. And it means a lot, and it means a lot to our community, and it's not easy, especially going through a pandemic when we had no revenue for an entire year. Like, how do you run a business when you have no revenue for an entire year? You just survive. You survive because of good people like
these guys.
Darwin Light, like Mike Mister, like the guys we have around us right now.
Mike is huge. Well, I look at on this concourse. Look at all these people here.
Yeah.
I can look out and everybody's got something to eat, something to drink. Got little kids running around. This is America, isn't it? That's pretty much. We talked about the American dream. This is one of the benefits of it.
Oh man, I get.
Am I getting too philosophical?
I got some goose chills, man.
But this is.
I mean, nights like
town.
these are why we do what we do. You know, it's like I can come see Dar win or Dar lose on a Monday or Tuesday night, sitting outside the elevator when we don't have a big crowd. But
and you also got Mount Ninny right there, beautiful sunset.
Right.
It's gorgeous.
Yep.
Where
else can you come and see something like this?
And where else does a bunch of good people get together like this every single night of the summer?
It's America.
We don't work here because of the money. We work here because of the environment and just to be around. It's the
You better hit him. He's skipping. He's like a
no,
wreck.
give it to him. He's got it.
No, it's not just the ball game. You know, the ball game is the plus. You're here it's the environment. It's just everything all in one.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
There's a man here with full beer and a little boy with his popcorn.
You know what it is? It's the people, man.
It is.
It's the people we come to see every day here at the ballpark. It's you.
It's
your wife.
Gathering.
It's
the
ushers.
And that's what we need compared to being where we were a few years ago with COVID. We're not meant to be closed up in houses. We're meant to be out enjoying everyone, each other.
Now this is the place to do it.
Here, talk to Mike Mister for a second. Talk to Mike Mister for a second. Yes. Don't say anything, dickhead.
This is a very large man.
Right there. He's got to tell me that. Well, this is a very
I mean,
large fan.
You can.
Obviously an Orioles baseball fan. Great. That's a great stadium in that middle of that city, too.
What's
it's a great stadium in the middle of that city, Orioles.
Yeah, unfortunately we got the city around it.
So you're an Orioles fan,
Oh,
obviously.
yeah, I love it. I moved up here about 11 years ago from Baltimore.
So you escaped Baltimore.
What's that?
So you escaped Baltimore.
Pretty much. Yeah, I go down there once in a while, but not often.
So what's the difference between watching a game here and watching it in Baltimore?
Well, you have a lot more access to the players. It's a little more fan friendly. Definitely more engaged with the fans than they are at a major league ballpark.
And how do you know Scott?
Scott and I started off on a little bit of a sour note, but we started out and turned out to be a pretty good friendship.
Oh, wait a minute now he's like 6 foot tall and 180 pounds, and you're got to be 6'2", 6'3", and probably 280. So how did that end up?
I love you for that. I'll take 280 any day, buddy. No, we just had a disagreement, and we had a couple words, and then within about a week or so, 2 weeks, we talked amongst each other. And Scott and the Spikes have been a big supporter of a fundraiser I do, and I've appreciated everything they've done for us.
This is odd because I don't know anybody who doesn't like this guy.
Like I said, we started off slow.
You haven't interviewed enough people.
We started off slow, but he's turned into quite a good friend. We talk often.
Well, thank you.
I'm just hanging out here so I can talk to him before you leave.
So you want me to leave now?
No, you're good. You're good.
Get the hell out of here, will you? Okay, good to go. Well, thanks for talking to us.
Oh, no, my privilege. Thank you.
So what was the fight about? Guy wouldn't say. It's a mystery. Next on our interview list was Bonnie Shire.
Why do you come to Spike's baseball games?
To watch baseball?
Okay, I guess I deserve that. What do you like best about Spike's baseball games?
The community aspect?
So you come in with your family?
Yes.
Okay, I can see these are one-word. What do you know about this guy right here?
He has never led me astray. Everything he's ever said that he was going to do, he's done. He's been just a great person that has been able to engage the community and community members and do some fabulous things to excite all of us around here and in a really great manner.
Well, your family has done a lot with philanthropy, and Scotty's mixed up with Coaches versus Cancer, as am I. So there seems to be a little kindred spirit there between you two then, isn't there?
I would say there's definitely a kindred spirit, but when you are in Center County, there is a kindred spirit with everybody here. It's one of those kind of places that it grabs hold of you when you're here. If you're a student, you never leave it behind. My dad came here to Penn State, and he went to New York and did all kinds of things around the world, but he was always drawn back. Because, I mean, I looked outside today, and I was thinking, oh, what a great crowd tonight. And, you know, we do have such an amazing view. They were very good about not putting the scoreboard in the middle of the center field where it would block the view. And every time I have people come that are not from here, they're like blown away at where we are.
I never thought that. You're right. The scoreboard is off to the left of it's almost between it's shortstop, and so we get to see the Mount Nittany, don't we?
Yeah, Mount Nittany.
What do you think? Would this organization, this event, with these events, be as good if Scott wasn't involved? Do you think?
I can't imagine it without Scott. You know, I would actually kind of hope that he would move up higher in the ranks and do this in bigger environments. But at the same time, he also is a small town guy. So if this is what he does for the rest of his life, he is doing a great service for the community.
So, where's the best place to sit in the stadium?
Is it better to sit in the box or down there with the people?
I like to do this once a year because it is a different perspective.
Do we want to know about this?
Yes.
What you do once a year?
Yes. Sitting up here in the box.
Oh, sitting up. Okay.
But being down where we sit behind home plate is a whole nother experience.
And you get to see people.
Well, I thought she was going to tell us about her.
So you see friends, and you meet new people, and you sit outside, and you see Mount Nittany, and have the cool air on you.
Baseball. You see a beautiful back setting, and you have a big social event going on all at the same time.
There you go. That's small town America.
Yeah, we love baseball.
I found that claws were very popular with the ladies at the ballpark.
How do you like claws?
I'm a big fan.
Did you get that here?
I did, down the hall.
Is there enough alcohol in this stadium, do you think?
I'm feeling pretty good, yeah.
Are
Happy.
you a big fan of the State College Spikes?
I'm a big fan of the State College Spikes.
You know who's responsible for putting those claws in the Spike Stadium?
Michael Schaefer.
Oh. I was going to say Jerry Valeri, but Michael Schaefer.
Oh, Scotty Walker, actually.
Oh, you know Jerry Valeri?
I mean, one of my best friends, yeah.
Is he here tonight?
He is not here
then
tonight.
Then he's not one of my friends.
I know.
No, I love Jerry.
We talked to a few more fans before I called it a night. A common thread from all these men on the street interviews was that people really enjoy watching minor league baseball at Medler Field.
Do you know this guy?
Yeah, I do.
What do you know about him?
That he's just really actually a nice guy.
He's fooled a lot of people, I think.
Maybe. I'm good at knowing if they're good or not.
You need to keep that skill your whole life, believe me.
The interviewer guy's here with the mic.
The interviewer guy? Holy hell. Usually the camera guy. You said the interview guy's here again. Be quiet.
Don't even listen to these people. They're out of control.
It's only the 4th inning.
Wait till the 7th inning stretch.
Is there any beer left in there?
Yep.
I don't know if there's any beer left. I don't know how the hell I'm going to edit this. I've been talking to a lot of people that know your son, and I'm telling you, every single one of them has said very nice things about him. What's it like being Scott Walker's mom?
Well, back in the day, Scott used to say, my husband and I were his parents. And today we have to say, Scott Walker is our sons for people to recognize us.
Yeah, he's done a heck of a job here. He has a lot of charisma. Who does he get that from, you or your husband?
Well, if I was to tell the truth, it's a little bit of both.
You think that? What do you hope for him? What's next for Scott Walker, do you think?
I think he has a lot of talents, and I hope he goes further. And whatever the next thing is, I'll be there to support him all the way.
Very good. And the experience here at a Spikes baseball game is largely because of what he does. All of this has got his name all over it. So how proud of you of the fact that he does so well here?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm a proud parent, very definitely proud. When he was in school, from elementary school on, baseball, and then he played Teener League. They went on to play the States. They won the States. We had a parade. Robbie Gold was in the back of our Corvette in the parade. It was a great experience.
What position did Scotty play?
He did it all. He did shortstop and pitch mostly.
Wonderful. And so you're a proud mom.
Yes, definitely.
My visit with Scott was quite an adventure. He had to actually do his job as we talked, a dynamic I like when I record a podcast. I'm able to witness my guests as they do the work that they love. I believe it's better for my listeners to experience a podcast in this way as well. Scott manages a talented group of dedicated individuals that seem to love baseball, small-town adventure, and the affable way that Scott does his job. Everyone feels important, valued for their contribution to the baking of this tasty American pie. Medler Field is an idyllic setting for visitors to sit and enjoy the pie. Anyone who hasn't seen a Spikes ball game is missing out on so many things that contribute to why it's so special living in State College. The small-town feel, the happy festive atmosphere buttressed by the beautiful Mount Nittany, and people loving life, enjoying friends and family, and awaiting the 7th inning stretch so they can rise and sing, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." One more thing. On my way out of the stadium, I took a hit from a foul ball. I have very skinny legs, but somehow the ball found my left calf and nearly took me to the ground. Luckily, the ball didn't hit my head. Don't forget to check out my website, canscopymike.com, where you can see pictures of my guests. Let me know if you have a friend that might make a good guest for my show. And keep listening to the podcast, Cans, Copy, and Mike.